Hello Internet and welcome back to Coffeeand.news, and today we're going to talk about fake news and the importance of making an informed decision. Now, fake news has been a lot in the news lately, most of all in relation to the recent elections in the United States of America. But fake news is not a new thing. It has been around in the early 70s when people were writing very entertaining stories about the moon landing, but also much earlier in history. A certain Wallachian prince, Vlad Tepez, had to survive the fake stories written about him by his Saxon colleagues back in Germany. Now, these fake stories got into the hands of Bram Stoker, who based on these stories wrote a very nice story on Dracula. Now, while fake news is something of all time, the consequences can sometimes be dire. And to illustrate that, I'm going to use this puzzle here. Now, imagine that this puzzle of this cute little kitty are the American election. So this is the puzzle being built, and every piece of this puzzle is part of the elections. For example, positions taken by Donald Trump or actions taken by Hillary. Now, as this puzzle is being built and more pieces are added and you get a more clear idea about who are the two contestants, you can make your decision based upon good information. Now, imagine that in that puzzle, a completely fabricated and clayed little piece is added. It seems to fit perfectly in the puzzle, it seems to fit perfectly into the whole image and the whole context of the elections, but it's completely fabricated. Nothing of that story is true. In this situation, if you're going to base your decision on it, it becomes a problem. This can be rather extreme, where a guy went into a pizzeria to remove a pedophile ring supposedly run by Hillary, and this guy is now in jail. Or it can be a bit more subtle, where your decision to vote on somebody is influenced by this completely fabricated piece. And that is something that you have to avoid. Why is this fabricated piece? Well, it is there to lead you into a certain political direction based upon fake news, or it is there simply to gain money. The Macedonian gang is spreading actively fake stories to only aim to win and gain money. But for you need to make your decision based on actual information. So that's why when you hear somebody and when you hear something and you want to, it's going to be part of the way that you make a decision, make sure that you check it. Make sure that it's written somewhere else. Make sure that its sources are believable and credible. And then when you feel, okay, this is actual information, this I can add to my puzzle of the US elections, and I am pretty sure it's an actual piece, then add it to the decision-making process. Now, we also want to address here the mainstream media or the media. They also have a responsibility to act towards this fake news, to actively deny or to actively give that information which circumvents fake news. Because with the onset of internet, that serves as the catalyst for these fake news stories, they can spread so easily and be so easily shared. Now, in relation to this, next week we're going to talk about the influence of the media on referenda and the political democratical process, because this also fits in there, as this actually fits also in the previous section when we were talking about distrust in media. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for another round of Coffeeand.news. See you then!